everybody, welcome to another Monday Reviews. Today we're going to be talking about a radio pouch from Crye Precision. It's this one right here. As you can see, it's partially deconstructed. That's because I want to show you how to work it. When you get this, it's going to come configured, or at least mine did for whatever reason, to be worn on your right side. I wear my radio on my left side. My kids wear their radios on their left side. They're right-handed. I'm left-handed, but right-eye dominant. So I shoot my rifle right-handed, so the radio goes on our non-dominant side, which is our left side. So when you get it, you're like, weird, it's right-handed. Is there a different version? So I looked it up to make sure, because it didn't look like I could even take it apart when I first looked at it, because I am not a very mechanically minded human. My wife said, you could flip it around, you're dumb. And I was like, well, she didn't say I'm dumb. I said I'm dumb. She'll yell at me if I say she said I'm dumb, because then I make her look like I'm... But I digress. You are able to flip it around. So it's one pouch instead of two wings that can go either direction. Let's talk about it. Let me show you. But before, let's talk about the construction. So the pouch itself is loop and hook wing portion with a laser cut cutout. And why is this cutout here, you're asking yourself? Like, buddy, why is that there? Well, I'll answer that for you real fast before we go any further. That cutout is there specifically for the SPC, or now the R-Series, because they've got this stiffener that goes in this channel right there. If you haven't seen the review for this plate carrier, I will go ahead and put a card up right now so you can check it out if you're curious. I'm also digressing in. So you're going to install this guy. You're going to put it right here, and then you will just go through this channel with your thingy here, tab A to slot B, and then set it down, and boom, you're good to go. Now your radio is under your cummerbund. Look at that. And that's how that works. But we're not talking about this. We're talking about the radio pouch itself. So let's get back to it. Anyway, that's what the slot's for. Laser cut slot is nice. Whole pouch is laminate, other than the Velcro and the two elastic, 4-inch elastic sides that are single-sided printed multicam. It is a real Crye pouch. You've got a Crye Precision label right there. Crye Precision. You've got the Crye stuff here. You've got a multicam label there. It's the real deal. I saw a repro. I was like, let's get the real one. It wasn't terribly more expensive than the repro, so I went with the actual guy. You have two methods for keeping your radio all still and in the same spot. You've got a buckle and some cordage. You've got Velcro and some shock cord and a pull. I'm going to install the shock corded pull because he doesn't want to run the buckle, and I don't blame him. The buckles can break in Airsoft. I've had it happen on my Blue Force, and it sucks. But that is an option you have, or you can run both. It's up to you. I like the single method. Now, how can you switch this around? That's the million-dollar question here. So, very simply, in order to use it left or right, you will just deconstruct the pouch and then simply rotate it. It is the exact same top and bottom. Let's deconstruct it. All right, so you'll take this tab here. You'll pull a little forward. Under there. You're going to pull out. There is a laser cut grid. Pull it out. Done. You're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. These grids are the exact same on either side of the pouch. So the pouch basically is a mirror image of itself all the way around. And now you have your laminate flap piece. And then if I want to run it on my right side, I would just set it so the laminate flat piece formed a cradle at the bottom, like that. So now I could run it on my right side, or flip it and run it on my left side. You always want to make sure the hook or the loop is facing this way if you're going to run this guy, because you want to run your... I personally think I'd rather run my retention here. Some people might say, no, buddy, you don't want to do that. You want to run it like this. So your retention is in the back. So that way you can't accidentally pull it. I personally don't like that because I want to be able to adjust the retention or move my radio out, and I don't want to have to fight with it facing my body. That's just me, and that's how we're going to do it for now. We might change it later, who knows. But to put it back together, you just reverse your steps. Through the laminate piece, pull it through the top laminate piece, pull it through this little tab, which you'll use, also anchors it. Now I've got the loop facing this way, so we can run it on our left side. I'm going to do the exact same thing on this side. I'm kind of off camera, I think. Maybe not. Okay, I hope not. If I was, I apologize. I'm not looking at the camera while I'm doing this like I normally would be because I have a headache. All right, we'll pull the tab through. Bam. Now we got it in the right orientation. So I said I want to run this for the shot cord thing like that, right? So if I want to run this like that, I'm going to, and this is very thin shot cord. It's not even 1/8. It's like smaller than that. Almost the same size as that cordage right there. I'm going to undo this overhand knot. It's right here, like that. And I'm just going to run this through itself, through this little tab right here, alternate directions. And then I'm going to just put another equal length overhand knot in here. Yada, yada, yada. Boom. I have my overhand knot. And now I've got the toggle for my radio. Very simple. Very cool. It's a nice piece of gear. It's a nice setup. So let's see it actually with a radio. So I've got a AR-152 radio right here. This is a Baofeng radio. Let's zoom this out just a hair so you can see this. So this is the Baofeng AR-152, and it fits in here just fine, actually. Boom. It is good to go. I like it. I think it's actually a nice little radio pouch, to be honest with you. Now, if I wanted extra retention, I could run the shot cord through this little eyelet here, and then up and around if I wanted to. It's different strokes for different folks, but now I can undo it to get the radio out quickly, and I can bring it down further to tighten it up, and I can also tighten it up back here. So it's really all just kind of like dependent on my preference or whoever's using it. You can also run the radio reversed. Well, I would pull this way if I'm going to do that. So I could run it with my screen towards my body to set it up. So it's up to you. It's kind of different strokes for different folks kind of thing. But it's a nice pouch. I dig it. I think it's a cool design. Crye actually was onto something with the interchangeability, universalability of the pouch. If I wanted to run the buckle, I would literally just hook the buckle in right here, and this little piece right there, I would just kind of clip it in, and then I would run the cordage over the top, and I could run the buckle. Or I'd put the buckle right here. So really kind of just depends on what you want to do. We want to run the Velcro. It's just easier for us and him. But overall, decent piece of gear. Very simple. No muss, no fuss. Not a lot of bullshit. I like it. I think it's a great radio pouch. I would run this even on a carrier if I didn't need the pass-through, because I think it is a nice wing. But overall, there are other options out there if you don't need the pass-through that I also think are really great. Like I like the Shaw. But if you're going Crye or die, check this out. You might like it. If you're running an SPC or the new R-Series carriers, you're going to want one of these because of the pass-through. It's pretty cool. If you are an Airsoft nerd, you've got a replica carrier like my son has, but you want the ability to use a radio and you have the scratch for the pouch, I highly recommend you get the real Crye to run with this, just simply for the fact that the repro I found was literally only maybe $4 or $5 cheaper. So I don't know why you would buy a fake if you were not saving any actual money. Anyway, that's it on the SPC. That's all set up. That's all I got, guys. As always, man, get out there, play some Airsoft, LARP smarter, not harder. I hope you got something out of this review. Take care. Hopefully I'll see you on the field. Peace.